I'm gonna present from chaos to clarity, harnessing the Notion's potential. Basically, I'm recording this video for my English 107 class, in which we have to address our productivity issues and how we solve them. So, I'm gonna talk about that today. Let me give you an introduction of my presentation. We are basically going to dive into the world of Notion and discover how it can help one to supercharge their personal productivity in just few minutes. And it's a super productive app which I use to solve my own personal productivity issues, to take notes and make to-do lists. I also use Google Calendar, but I mainly use Notion as my productivity tool. Basically this presentation is divided into four parts. The first one is identifying the personal productivity puzzle. So we'll delve into my own personal challenges and what issues I face in my daily life, and why I started using Notion to solve those productivity issues. The second one is the Notion Navigator, in which I'll provide you comprehensive overview of Notion's powerful features and functions, and how can Notion be your compass in navigating the productivity landscape, and what makes it an indispensable tool for modern individuals. Third part is the personal use. I'll go ahead and show you my own personal template and how I made it, and how others people can use Notion as well. And the fourth part is basically critical path to efficiency, in which we are gonna highlight the pros and cons of the Notion and why it's better than other apps. So let's go ahead and discuss about my productivity challenges. Mainly I struggle with the memory issues and task management challenges, where like my initial struggles. To give an example, I used to forget my assignments, or maybe I have to do a laundry, or any kind of important work in my life. So I used to struggle with that. So earlier, when I was not using Notion, I used to use this Apple Notes or iPhone Notes to keep myself updated, or make just in to-do list or something. But over time, it's just that Apple Notes were not quite efficient, and it's not flexible enough to satisfy my needs. The other issue is my procrastination. So I tend to procrastinate a lot before doing any kind of task or something. Also, as I said earlier, I have used Apple Notes as well as Microsoft Word to take my school notes, Microsoft Word and Evernote, and even they were like I tried using them extensively, but I was not quite good at that, and it didn't satisfy my needs, because it's not flexible enough to do everything which I needed in an app. Then I discovered Notion, and now it's like my personal productive my like it's the super best app for solving my personal productivity issues, and I'll tell you in the later parts of the video how it can solve your productivity issues as well. So let's go ahead and let me give you a Notion overview. So why I started, one of the top reasons why I started using Notion is it's a highly customizable workspace. So basically I can make anything, like my school. I can use Notion for literally anything. It's a huge and vast app. It has a lot of options to cover. Like I can make to-do list, I can make pages, I can make pages into pages, as well as I can make databases as well, and I can organize them in a hierarchical manner as well. Also, the second part, other things I like about Notion is it really adjusts according to your needs. So every person who uses Notion knows that you can't just rely on someone's template or something. You customize it accordingly. It gives a lot of options to how you can customize your Notion dashboard according to your needs. That will explore that in the later part of the video. As well as the other things I like about Notion is it's a powerful database functionality. So whenever I make pages or something, it directly goes into the databases and it's there forever. Like I don't have to care about my space in my laptop, or as I said earlier, I used to use Microsoft Word to take my school notes, and since I started using Notion, it's all pages are all of my notes are in just one place, so I don't have to go in my computer and find different notes and stuff. As well as the other thing I like about Notion is I can embed videos, images, and various media directly into documents. And so basically I'm a computer science major at Arizona State University, and usually in my daily life I need to write a lot of coding as I'm a computer science major. And yeah, so to code and take notes of a code, like I used to use Word, but you can't really import your code or connect it with your GitHub. And Notion allows those kind of feature that it allows me to connect my GitHub with the Notion dashboard, and it directly imports my coding stuff there, so I can take notes. Maybe maybe I'm doing Java or something, right? If my professor tells me some important concepts like let's say integer or floats, I can take notes and write code simultaneously. So that is one of the feature I like the most. I'll go ahead and show you my Notion dashboard now. So typically my Notion dashboard looks like this. It's daily career. I have made it customizable, so it's basically daily, career, health, and leisure. In daily, I have 3 pages, which is weekly planner, which I use to plan overview of my week, that what assignments I have due, what it's basically a to-do list for my weekly planner. As well as I have a habit tracker. I've been developing habits, and I've been huge fan of developing habits, as it reduces our cognitive ability as we develop habits and it gets stronger. So as well as I have a couple of other pages like goal planner, academics, job application tracker, watch list, personal finance, and many more. So my highlights of my Notion dashboard is weekly planner. One of them is the weekly planner which I talked about. So it's basically a to-do list of the whole week, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and Friday. And the other one is the habit tracker, in which I use to keep track of my habits. As well as I'm an international student at Arizona State University, so expenses are something, it's really a huge part of my life. So I made this template couple of days ago to track my expenses. Let me just go ahead to my Notion and show you those. So this is a weekly planner. So let me just go there. So as I said earlier, it's just a basic to-do list, like just to get an overview of my week, that what I'm gonna do. So let's suppose on Monday I'm gonna do maybe laundry. So let's just put laundry here. So this is the way I use my Notion. And I can also set reminders here. That is one of the really good feature I like to remind me tomorrow at 9 a.m. or maybe something like I can set my dates here as well as time here, so it will remind me as well that I have to do that particular task on particular time. So this is one of the really good feature of Notion. The other template I talked about is the habit tracker, which is this one. So for a longer period of time I've been trying to develop 3 habits, which is meditate every day, read book, and exercise. So this is the data. This is like typical database I use to keep all my stuff. So whenever the 1 week is done till Sunday, imagine today is Sunday, so I can just click on the new week, and yeah, there's a new data. This is the way I use my habit tracker. So whenever I do meditate, journal, or exercise or something, I just tick mark. Let's say today's Monday and I did the exercise, I just tick mark here. It's like a to-do for everyday things, and I don't have to make this databases every single time. I have to just click on this new week, and here it is. It can be repetitive as well. You can make this kind of buttons in Notion as well, which is like sort of a very super powerful feature, I feel. The other template I talked about is the expense tracker right now. So let's just go ahead at expense tracker. This is like classic expense tracker. I have to just click on here, and or let's say I spend my money at Starbucks. So let me just put here Starbucks, and here I have made this different food categories, food shopping different categories as well. So I can, at the end of the month, I can analyze like where my most of the money is going and where I can put cuts as well. So this is the way I use my expenditure. The other one thing I would like to mention here is this is the live dashboard which is made by me, but whenever you or any of your friends or whenever a new person starts Notion, they just give you this blank page, and it's really hard to navigate because it's just blank page and you can just go ahead and type anything here. But what I like about the Notion is they give this pre-made templates as well. So the way I started this is the pre-made templates only. So this is a couple of categories here which you can choose your template. So here is the to-do list template, here is the project and task work management templates and stuff. They have like thousands of templates you can choose from. Here is one of the job board they have, which I started using. I used to use that template. This is a applicant tracker, recruiting tracker. You can find a lot of really good templates here. If you are not getting familiar with the Notion, you can make your own resume here as well. You can also share your pages online if you have a domain name or something. So you can like basically make a website as well. They have budget planning template, simply budget. So yeah, also the best template I like is the student dashboard, which really helped me stay organized and take notes. So yeah, I use this really regularly. So this is the way you can start, but Notion has a really steep learning pace, I'd say. So yeah, you have to get used to it. As you use more, you'll get used to it. The Let's get ahead to other highlights of my Notion. So as I said earlier in my introduction section, I use my Notion for the school, mainly for the school, and also the job application tracker. So let me just go ahead and show you those templates. So here is the job application tracker. So I recently applied to Figma, and you can just put something here. Maybe you applied to on campus jobs, ASU. You can ready to apply, followed up, applied. You can make this kind of tags as well. You can add your position here. Maybe you applied for the web development intern. You can application deadline. Maybe you followed up with the one of the manager there. You can put referred or applied or followed up with someone, or message the recruiter or something like that. And you can put the due dates, the resume you uploaded. So you have to just choose file from your computer, cover letter, as well as you can put your URL as well. So here is my resume and cover letter PDF I have inserted here. I am also working on my resume, so I can just make page there. So this is the way I use my job application tracker. And the other thing I mentioned is the school. So the best thing, as I said earlier, I use Notion for my school tracking. So this is like one of my bio, like bio, which is really like a heavy course, and I keep taking notes of this so I can take notes like this. We have to just write. I can put reminders here that I had a quiz from my notebook. It was an open book quiz, so I just put on my reminder here that on September 3 I have this assignment due. This is one of my professor's ppt, which PowerPoint, which I imported here, and I actively take notes in my lectures. So this is how, so this is another one photo I imported here. So it's really simple to take notes. You can organize in a bullet points as well, you can give them numbers as well as, it's really good to find notes. And as you can see, I have all lecture notes and all my reading notes here. As I said earlier, I don't I used to use Word before, but it's really hard to get around Word. And every time you wanna maybe go back to your one of the lecture notes, and you have to just pull up those kind of you have to just look for those files in your computer, and I know that sucks, right? So this is how I got organized with my notes and stuff, so I don't have to go anywhere. I have to just click on the new note. It will generate me a new page, and you can make buttons like this as well. So new note, I can just import to-do list, maybe headings, tables. I can make tables here, bulleted list, toggle list, quotes. If your professor gives you some quote for a motivation or something, you can put that, call outs. And the other feature is the AI, which they implemented just like 2 or 3 days ago, which I'm gonna talk about in the later part of the video. This is the one of the part which I like. As I said earlier, I can import my code as well. So I have to just select maybe in which language I am coding for. So let's say Python, and I can go ahead and write my code. So this is the way you can do a lot of things. So I'd say Notion is a really powerful tool, as you can see, you can upload the files here, audio templates here. You can even import a YouTube video, board view, table view. There are like thousands of options you can explore. If you have like a larger text or maybe a notes like me, you can just ask AI to summarize it. It's basically a chat GPT integrated with the Notion, which makes it really powerful. You can make sync block, breadcrumb, buttons, which I talked about, which I just used like a few minutes ago to make new notes. You can do 2 or 3 column notes as well. Again, code, mention a person as well. So it's in you can collaborate with someone as well on this app. You can embed any kind of PDF, maybe Google Maps file, Drive, Tweet, GitHub, Figma, any kind of designs as well. They have multiple options to choose from, and they are just keep adding these new apps which we can link from. Yeah. So these 2 templates I talked about. So let's just go ahead and talk about pros of using Notion. So basically, what pros of Notion, as I said earlier, it's highly customizable. So that's the one of the best thing of the Notion, that you can tailor it according to your needs. And as well as it's versatile as well. So Notion can be used for variety of purposes, including personal use, project management. I've seen people using it for their like small startups as well. So there are like thousands of ways you can use Notion. It's just the way you have to organize it yourself to what kind of problems you have. So as I said earlier, I used to struggle with the procrastination. So now what I do is just go ahead, every Sunday I just go ahead and plan my week, so that I can get overview of my week, and then I schedule some time and prioritize my work on my Google Calendar. That is how I use Notion. This is like one of the another template I would like to use. This is a goal planner. If I have a goal to learn, let's say Java language, I can just type in which kind of goal is this. It's yearly, quarterly, or weekly. Let's just select quarterly, and I can set deadline that I learn this particular skill maybe before 31st of August, and here you go. And you can tap on this. you can set small mini milestones as well. So it will you can keep track of your process as well. Maybe you achieved one milestone, then it's 50%, it's just automatically calculated. So you can like basically make a function which calculates this stuff as well. So this is basically my Notion dashboard. Let's go back to pros of using Notion. The other thing I like about Notion is the collaboration. Notion allows for real-time collaboration and commenting on pages, making it easier to work. So recently I had a project in my computer science class and I collaborated with one of my friend, and we were just coding stuff on my Notion. Like it was so easy to collaborate with the people. He codes sometimes and we can work on our own pace, and we don't have to even make time to meet in a person. We have to just type notes. If I want to remind someone, I can just go and tag that person that yeah, you have to do this. As well as the asynchronous communication, which Notion can be used as a hub for asynchronous communication, which is easier to keep yourself up to date and your messages and notifications. So basically Notion is available on my like Apple Store as well, in on Android as well, also on Mac and Windows. I'm not sure about Linux, but yeah, it's there as well. I'm not exactly sure about the Linux, but yeah. So basically if I put any kind of reminder on my Notion, it will remind me on my phone as well, on my Notion, like on my Notion dashboard in my PC as well. Maybe I am wearing an Apple Watch, it will remind me on that as well. And the flexibility, so Notion's flexibility is customized approach, make it great choice for the personal use, managers and the teams. So here's the thing, let's talk about the cons of using Notion. Also, another con of using Notion is the overwhelming to use. There are like so many different types of blocks and templates available that it can be difficult to know where to start, right? So lack of communication features, while everyone can edit and comment on the same pages. As I said earlier, we actually faced this issue recently. As I said earlier, I was working on a project, on my computer science project, and me and my friend was just coding, and it was whenever he suggests me something, it appears on my code. So basically I'm not able to write a code and communicate with him at the same time. Either I can communicate or either I can code, right? So that's it's just hampers my productivity whenever I'm coding or some writing notes in a like very deep focus. It just bounces the communication feature. So that's even I hate this feature of communication when it just pops up whenever someone messages you on Notion. Also Notion has formatting issues sometimes. Like if you copy paste stuff, it does not outlines well. It maybe it will work not the way you want. I'd say Word is a better place for the formatting, but yeah, Notion does gives issues with the formatting, so that is something you have to keep in your mind. Also the data function, one of the best and super useful functions of Notion. When I started Notion, I remember that it was so hard to use, because I'm using this app for like 6 months now, so I'm really comfortable using that now. So yeah, that is it for my YouTube video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you like it. So please subscribe to my channel, like the video, and if you have any kind of suggestions, please drop a comment. Thank you.